Okay, the next thing I want to get into, actually, and I'm not going to show this, but it does mention different ways to filter records and reports between the client financial report we just created in the previous section and the next item, which we're going to create the client by analyst report. Easy to see, the book covers that very well, so I'm just going to jump into mainly how to do the project items. So to create the client by analyst report, I'm going to select the business analyst table, and I'm going to go under create, and I'm going to go to report wizard. And if you're following the book, I'm about on page AC232. And what we're going to do here is we're going to create a report, but what we're going to use is actually two different tables. We started with the business analyst table. We're going to bring in the client table, and it's going to have a really kind of powerful effect. So under the business analyst table, I need to add down here the three fields, which are business analyst number, first name, and last name. And notice I'm doing them in that order, and that's on table 4-29. Okay. Next thing I want to do is, with this screen still up, I want to go down to the table client, and I'm going to add client number, client name, amount paid, and current due in that order. So it should look like this screen right here before we go to the next step. And again, that brings in fields from two different tables, and you'll see how that looks here in the next step. How it's broken down into two different levels. And on this step, it just kind of shows you the setup there. You can actually change the view. We want it to be viewed by the top one. Click on the second one, you see it doesn't look very good. The next step, report any groupings. It's already grouped for us, so we're already in good shape, and it'll show you how that looks in the groupings up there. So go to next. On this option here, we're going to actually sort it by client number. Okay, and before we get a little excited and go to the next step, on this same step here, to go to summary options, we're going to check sum for the amount paid and current due, and that'll add the actual totals in there for us. Okay, and go to next. We want this to be landscape and stepped. And then the name for our excuse me, our report is going to be clients by analyst. Now I capitalized by, it doesn't matter. And then hit finish, and we'll preview it. And notice how it's now broken down into subcategories. Kind of interesting. Now I closed the print preview, but I can always go back to print preview and see how that looks, which is quite interesting. And then you can magnify and zoom in as the book does, which is kind of neat. They also talk about printing it. Remember, you don't have to print anything unless you want to for your own benefit, but this is what the client by analyst report should look like.